quieres divertir.
Who says you can't start a lecture or a focus group with a little bit of music? How you doing? Agenda. This is like my fifth time trying to record this. So how are you? Short agenda, hopefully a 10-minute video tonight. The next week's lecture, going to be a little bit more in depth when I talk about coding, probably be closer to like 45 or 50 minutes. But here we go. Overview of the week, some important things. So reading is going to be similar to week 2. One required reading. All 3 are focused on action research. On all 3 of them, I really want you to focus on the methodology sections. So the first one, required for all, ripple effects, how teacher action research on culturally relevant education can promote systemic change. That's a mouthful. I think a lot of important things here. What I found interesting about this study, it was a multiple case study on various teachers from various school sites. So for me, when I first got into learning about action research and doing it, I assumed, oh, it has to be at one site, a group of people. So I think this model was very interesting. So I've put a few things here for you to focus on and annotate. Last week I tried to do a poll on the lecture. It didn't really work out the way I structured it. So anyway, I think what works for me is giving you some tips to look for and then letting you annotate, add 3 annotations, comment on your peers' work. I love the interactions you're having with each other. All right, the second reading, choose a dissertation, either the Brooke Rios dissertation proposal or the Manuel Rustin, dissertation. Both of them, I just want you, well, whichever one you choose, focus on the methods section. Page numbers are listed for you here and on Canvas. Skim chapter 1 if you just need a little bit of context and want to know the research questions. And then I've indicated a few areas that I really want you to focus on. Why action research, access, and role management and credibility. I think this is important for a lot of you as I'm hearing about your projects and your role and work, that you supervise a lot of folks and you're worried about your positionality and the power that you may have. And could that impact the comfort level of sharing? So I think this could be an important one to look at. The next one, this one's by Manuel Rustin. A friend of mine teaches in Pasadena, ethnic studies teacher, and he did a YPAR project involving street life oriented youth that have been in and out of the school system, in and out of gang membership. Really good design. Pay close attention to the way he set up his action research meetings. I think for those of you who are looking to do action research for your problem of practice, this is a good model to look at. Also, both of these folks are really good writers, so it's a good model as well. All right, these tips and reminders, facilitation moves, perhaps better than my dance moves sitting here in a chair. This is repeat from last week. I'll just go over a few things. Key questions or core questions. I've read some focus group protocols thus far. Too many core questions, too many key questions. Some of you have 6, 7, or 8 questions. You need to tailor it to maybe 3 or 4 questions. And let's say you really want to have like 6 or 7 or 8 questions in there. Prioritize level 1, 2, and 3. Level 1, these are the 2 or 3 questions I have to get to. Level 2, maybe. Level 3, probably not going to happen in a 45-minute to 60-minute focus group, but it might. Really focus on your purpose and writing good questions. These follow-ups to develop participant responses to probe further, they're pretty intuitive. I mean, meeting you all and interacting with you at the residency or online or during office hours, you all have strong interpersonal skills, so use your intuition, but I'm just giving you a few talking points and ways in which you can extend folks' answers. Tips: create a safe setting, set norms, keep track of time, those who are speaking a lot, but also keep track of overall time, especially as you're pacing through your core questions. Also, I encourage you take notes if you can. Tell the participants that you're taking notes, just general impressions. And then right after you're done with the focus group, when you go home or wherever it may be, take a moment to do that memo that I'm going to ask you to do during week 3. Just your initial reflections and thoughts. What did you hear? What are some simmering themes or ideas? Do it while it's fresh. Potential challenges. Some of you have talked to me like, how do I deal with someone who is a dominant talker or taking up too much airtime? Set some norms initially. Ask, I'd love to hear from everyone. Why don't we hear from someone else? You could press the mute button on Zoom if you're doing it that way, but that's not really the best way to go about it. But just, really encourage and pull folks out. And I will say, it's okay to cold call people. Say, I've noticed you've been a little quiet, but I can see you're thinking, so-and-so, can you tell me your thoughts about this? For me as an introvert, that meant a lot to have someone invite me in. So think about how you're inviting other people in. That really helps. All right, facilitator moves. I broke this document into 3 chunks. Take a look at it. Again, a few good sentence starters about warming up, about managing conflict, keeping folks together, because you may have some differing opinions. There may be a little bit of tension. There may be disagreement. So how are you managing that? And how are you creating space for multiple perspectives in a respectful manner that allows people to also voice with freedom? Be comfortable with wait time, giving people a chance to wait, but also keep in mind that you have a time frame as well. Press for evidence. I don't like that word press, but think how you can probe and ask follow-up questions. Can you tell me a little bit more? Or it's interesting, that you said that as well as 2 other people. What do you all think about that? Hypothetical right now, but you all will find the words. But sometimes it does help, especially to have a script or some sentence starters to take the temperature, to document the conversation, to recap. So I hope you find some of these helpful. All right, memo number 2. Again, this can be stream of consciousness, a few paragraphs. I've given you some sentence starters here or some questions to think about. You do not need to answer all of these. I just want you to reflect on the process and your learning. It could be what has stood out to you in the readings. How are you feeling about yourself as a facilitator and an inviter? What's been challenging about this process? And we all know it's challenging because it's 5 weeks and I'm pushing you to do something in a very tight time frame. So you can write about that, but I would prefer for you to do some introspection about just what's your comfort level with conducting groups like this. Half of you have done it before, half of you have not. So I'm hoping it'll be good practice for both groups to develop your skills. 2 short readings relate. You don't have to do these on hypothesis, so I'm just posting them, but it's a total of about 7 or 8 pages, just to kind of think about the purpose of memoing and why they're important, just like journaling. To document your process and make sure on your memos you put time and date so you can kind of track where it's going. All right, signature assignment part 3. This is really going to be a continuation of part 2. Sorry, there's a little delay or lag time on me advancing the slides. I'm asking you by Sunday, July 27th, to revise your focus group protocol. If not doing it before, Because some of you may want to schedule your focus group before. So I'm encouraging all of you to finish your focus group by August 1st, maybe August 2nd at the latest, so you have a full week to digest and look through the data. So you'll resubmit, and I'm just going to use the rubric I used from week 2, and I'll revise your grade. The only thing new is adding in a 2-week plan. Just literally some bullet points, maybe a simple table. July 26th, I'll do this, 27th, 28th. I just want to know that you kind of just setting a timeline and doing some foresight, doing some planning. And that'll just be a separate 10-point grade. No rubric, just pretty straightforward. All right. I already mentioned this, but if you're going to conduct your focus group, make sure I look at your revisions to your questions before you do it. Email me, text me if you're in a time crunch, like, hey, Jason, I'm going to do my focus group July 23rd. Just did my revisions. Can you take a look at this, please? And if you do take a look at it, I'll buy you a coffee the next time I see you. No, you don't have to do that. All right. But seriously, I'll take a look at it because I know the time is tight. Look ahead. It's pretty straightforward. I mean, I put here 3 required readings, but it's really 2. Ripple effect, and then choose one of the dissertations. A suggested reading on radical participatory design, doing memo number 2, and signature assignment part 3. And then recruit and reach out. Let me know how you're doing. And come see me at office hours if you need to, Monday, Wednesday, 6 to 7, or music coming in by appointment. All right. And thank you all for being patient with this recording, and I'll talk to you soon. I just had to wait for that little drop of the beat.